Meister. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Gonna let everyone flow on in. Oh, hello, Dan Wolfish Skeet. I don't even know how to say that. Oh, good, Rach. Well, this one will just be like adding on. You'll get a whole hour in. That'll be perfect. Hi, Abs. I hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. It is rainy here. It is kind of gray, and I'm pretty tired physically. So this flow is really nice. It's really gentle though. It's just a precursor. It'll be really great though. A nice way to just ground in and to be right here. We're actually gonna start on our stomachs. Hi, OJ. Hi, Jen. So as I was starting to journal today, I realized that it's been a month since I've been down here in Georgia with my dad and with Peyton, and we had Missy for a little bit. And I just think that that's just so crazy that it's been a month and that we've been here for that long and that all of this has been going on for as long as it has. I think that that's truly wild. So today we're just kind of gonna meditate off of that concept and get going. So if you are just joining, we're gonna get started on our stomachs. So you're just gonna come to lay flat. I guess it's like a flipped over Shavasana. And you can cactus out or tee out your arms, but come to lay flat. And once you're there, just begin to ground in. Take a deep inhale, feel your belly press up against the ground beneath you. Open mouth, exhale, release. As you begin to lay flat, this time drop your cheek to the left so that your right cheek is on the mat. Your chin is gazing to the left side of your mat. You're gonna start in a prone frog. So take your right knee up in line with your right hip. Your right cheek's on the mat so that your spine is twisted and rotating. Think of this as like a 90-degree bend from your hip to your knee and from your knee to your ankle. I like to tee out my arms super long and just feel yourself heavy into your mat. Feel the power and opening up through the front line of your hip and allow yourself to just feel the earth beneath you. Another day has come. We have another day to better ourselves, to work on self-love, to find a way to love one another a little bit harder. Now take your right hand. We're gonna move into a prone shoulder stretch. Right hand underneath your shoulder. Roll up and over onto your left shoulder. Right foot steps behind your back. So you're just kind of flipping onto your side. Now stretch through your left shoulder, the front line of your left shoulder. If you've been doing a lot of plank work or push-ups, anything like that, this should feel really, really good through your anterior delt muscle. If you crave a little bit of quad work, kick your heel in towards your glute and use your right hand to find a little bit of a bend into your knee and to stretch through your right quad. One more breath in. Breath out, come back through center. Same thing, opposite side. This time, cheek drop, left cheek to your mat, left knee up in line with your hip, prone frog. Feel yourself begin to heavy in. Sometimes it's natural to feel a little bit of a cramp as you begin to enter this posture, especially if you have tight psoas or TFL muscles that are on the outer portions of your hips and the front line of your hips. But the goal of this is to just open up through your hips. This is a really grounding flow focused on your first chakra, your chakra of existence and worth. And think of it like food, water, shelter, space is our basic necessities. Ground one, chakra one, is focused on that, but of yourself. Begin to draw This time, your left shoulder into your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Roll onto your right shoulder. Prone shoulder stretch, opposite side. Sometimes you can get some nice juicy back cracks out of this, but begin to just let gravity do its work. If you took the quad stretch on the other side, do so here as well. Kick your heel into your glute. Open up through your heart. One more breath in. Breath out, come back through center. Anchor down through your forearms. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Maybe you curl your toes under slightly and shift your heart forward, but pull your elbows in towards your side. Press through every single portion of your forearms. Roll your shoulders down and away, and press the tops of your feet into the ground. That's going to give you leverage to open up through your heart a little bit more. Moving into some core work. So inhale, open up through your heart. Exhale, forearm plank. Lift your hips. Just hold. Press down through every portion of your forearm. Tuck your tailbone in line with your spine, and envision your belly button coming up towards your spine to actually activate through your transverse abdominals. You're here for 4. For 3, Sphinx pose again. 2 and 1. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Burst open through your heart. Flow it again. Exhale, forearm plank. Press hard through the tops of your feet. Second hold. You're here for 15 seconds. How can you channel grace and gratitude into your breath so that you can find power in this posture? 5. Here for 4. Sphinx pose on deck in 3, in 2, and 1. Sphinx pose, inhale. Last time, exhale, forearm plank, just hold. Last 15 seconds is all you gotta give me. Breathe right here. Know that you are resilient, that you will continue to move right through this. 4. Here for 3, Sphinx pose, 2 and 1. Inhale, Sphinx pose, burst open. Exhale, child's pose. Sit your hips back towards your heels. Press your forehead into your mat. Inch your fingertips forward. Give yourself a moment to open up through your low back. Deep breath in through your nose, seal your lips. Ujjayi pranayama, back out through your nose. Now slowly rise up through your spine. Bring your knees together, sit on your heels, find your hands to heart center, flutter your eyes closed. 1 month in quarantine, and we're all still breathing, we're all still alive. And dare I say it, we've all become better people. Today, your mantra is, I am resilient. It's known that children have really great resiliency because all they know is how to love and how to share that love with the world around them. And I think that we could all learn a little bit of something from that. And I think that if we continue to move through this quarantine, knowing that love is always the answer, we will become more resilient individuals for what's to come later in our lives. So big breath in through your nose for I am. Open mouth, exhale, resilient. Let it go. This time, seal your lips. Same deep inhale through your nose. Hold it at the top. Ujjayi pranayama, back out through your nose. Feel your resiliency flow through your body. Flutter open your eyes. Drop your palms down to your waist. We're gonna flow an entire sun A just on your mat. So sit your hips down to your heels. Inhale, kneeling mountain pose. Reach your arms high up overhead. Hold and breathe. Bring your knees hips width distance apart. Squeeze through your glutes to send your tailbone forward. Knit your low rib cage in to engage through your core. Inhale. Exhale, child's pose. Sit your hips back down towards your heels. Inhale, cat pose. Plant through your palms, arch through your spine, hold and breathe. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. This is the same thing as that Sphinx you were in. It's just a little bit more intense. Now curl your toes under, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shoot your hips up and back. First downward facing dog of your class. Let this feel good. Pedal out through one foot, pedal out through the other. Your heels may never touch the ground. That's not the point. The goal is to stretch through your calves and lengthen your hamstrings to wake up the entire back line of your legs. Then anchor down through your thumb and your forefinger and push your chest closer towards your thighs. Listen here. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shift to a high plank, flip to the tops of your toes and send your hips forward.
Open up through your heart, squeeze through your glutes to protect your low spine. Inhale. Exhale, right back up, downward facing dog. Inhale back, cat pose. Sit down onto your knees, arch through your spine. Exhale, child's pose, sit it back. That's your sun A. We're gonna flow that 2 more times, breath to movement. Inhale, kneeling mountain, sweep it up, open up. Exhale, child's pose. It's like a slide it all the way down. Inhale, cat pose, wake up and smile through your spine. Exhale, down dog, take your hips up and back. Inhale, upward facing dog, shine through your chest, squeeze through your glutes. Exhale, downward facing dog, right back up. Inhale, cat pose to your knees, smile your spine. Exhale, child's pose, curl your spine as you sit your hips to your heels. Last time, inhale, kneeling mountain, root to rise. Exhale, child's pose, like a slide, sit it all the way down. Inhale, cat pose, reach it up. Exhale, down dog, hips go up and back. Inhale, upward facing dog, shift forward, open up through your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, use your core to rise up. Inhale, back down, cat pose, last time. Exhale, child's pose, sit your hips down to your heels. Big breath in through your nose. Audible exhale out through your mouth. Do that again, same big inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, release. Inhale up, tabletop, find a flat spine. Exhale, downward facing dog, shoot your hips up and back. Switching gears, inhale your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge, step your foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior one. Ground down through both your feet, reach your arms high overhead, hold and breathe. Now your back foot's at a 45-degree angle so that both heels can be down on the mat. This is completely different than your crescent lunge. Take your left hip up in line with your right, then surrender deeper into your right leg to tone your hamstring and glute. Your arms are still up overhead. I'm just teaching and animating. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, interlace your palms at the base of your back in a little basket grip. Inhale, puff up hard through your chest. Exhale, humble warrior, surrender down. Now your head is gonna drop to the back line of your mat so that your gaze can stay steady. If your shoulders are a little bit tight, you can always release this grip. It's only optional. Your shoulder, your right shoulder, wiggle it and shimmy it to the inside of your right knee. If it can't fit there, rest atop your knee and know that your goal is to open up and compress through your hip as so. If you have the bind, work to bring the meaty parts of your palms together. That actually counteracts carpal tunnel in your wrist, which we all probably have a lot of from the typing that we're doing constantly to remain connected. Inhale, slowly rise up, keep the grip. Exhale, airplane pose. Take off with the grip in your arms. Now it's gonna be easy to open up through your left side. Dial your left hip and shoulder down in line with one another. Your body is in one big T shape, but your prerogative is to see how long you can get from the crown of your head out through your heel. Find balance and find control. You're here for 4. 3, warrior 2 and 2. And 1, land it down, inhale, warrior 2. Find a 90-degree bend in your front knee. Dial your knee open towards your pinky toe. You have 2 long lines through your fingertips. See if you can reach as far as you can. But if you're leaning with your shoulders, plug them back up so that they're in line with your hips. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Find your elbow to knee connection. If you want to reach all the way to the ground, focus on that hip compression, you can. Or if you want to focus on your right side oblique, remain hovering. Send your chin up to the ceiling so that your gaze informs your energy. Inhale, reverse warrior. Tuck your arms and gaze, hold and breathe. This is a beautiful stretch through your right side body, through your intercostal and oblique muscles, but I also want you to get something out of your low body, so sink lower into your lunge. Squeeze through your glutes, inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Cartwheel your palms down. Toe heel your right foot to the wide edge of your mat and drop down to your knee. Now this is completely for you to open up through your hips. We have a few options. Layer 1, stay here. Layer 2, come down onto your forearms. If that's accessible, you can always slide a pillow or something underneath your forearms as well, if that's something you crave. Layer 3, biggest variation of class, is to play around with a bind. It's actually a little bit more active variation of runner's lunge. So you'll curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, then right arm, right shoulder underneath your knee, just like you did humble warrior. Find the bind around your leg. Same thing you did through your humble warrior, and now you just added in your leg. Same thing in airplane, left hip and left shoulder have to square down to your mat. You can hold this for as long as you'd like. I want your neck to stay long. So no looking up to the camera, no ducking down. Send it out in front of you. Continue to breathe. Here for 4. Here for 3. We all go back. Traditional runner's lunge, 2. And 1. Find your traditional runner's lunge. Plant your palms, shoulder width distance apart. Curl your back toes under. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, just hold. Another long hold. You're here 30 seconds. Dome up the space between your shoulder blades. Lift through the backside of your knees so that you can activate through your quads and hamstrings. They're there to help you through this. Then dome up the space between your shoulder blades to activate your rhomboids, those angel wings that go between your shoulder blades. Keep breathing. You have 1 more of these holds. You can do this. Yes. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Down dog in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down dog. Huge inhale through your nose. Audible exhale out. Let's set it up on the left. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Inhale, warrior 1. Ground down through the back of your foot, reach your arms high up overhead. Hold and breathe. Take your right hip forward, left hip back. Squeeze through your glutes to protect your low spine. Then take your hip points up towards your ribs so that you actually feel your core engage. That's the whole point. Spiral your pinkies inward. Inhale. Exhale, interlace your palms behind you. Inhale, puff up through your heart, drop your head back. Exhale, humble warrior, surrender down. Nuzzle or shimmy your left shoulder to the inside of your knee. Keep your hips in line. You have to fight to send your right hip forward this whole time. Drop your gaze behind you. Nikki, no, I do not have a sauna in my house. I wish. This is actually, I want to say it's called driftwood, but it's something that's like Georgian and who knows. But my dad has a wall of it. Here we are. Squeeze through your glutes, sink 1 inch lower. Inhale, rise up through your spine. Exhale, bound airplane, take off. Take your right heel up in line with your butt. Take your right hip and shoulder down so that they square to the ground. Flex or point through your heel, whatever's gonna keep you most engaged. Remember, meaty part of your palms together to counteract carpal tunnel. Send your belly button towards your spine. You're here for 4. Here for 3, warrior 2 in 2. And 1. Inhale, warrior 2, hold and breathe. Sink low in your left leg and turn out through your knee so that you actually stretch through your hip flexor. Squeeze through your glutes to protect your low spine and to send your hips forward. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward and down. Activate through your left side body to reach up higher through your fingertips. Remember, you have to continue to squeeze through your glutes the whole time because that's what's gonna protect your low back and get you out of your paraspinal muscles and in to your core. Inhale, reverse warrior. Tick-tock your arms and gaze. Hold and breathe. This is a beautiful stretch through your side body, but I want you to relax your shoulder away from your ear so that you isolate through your left side body. Sink lower into your lunge to tone your hamstring. Inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Cartwheel down. Drop down to your right knee and toe heel your left foot wide. Know that this runner's lunge is only in the setup of your flow, so we're not going to be here in your actual flow of your sun B. Therefore, this is your last time. Same layers as before. You can come down into your forearms. You can stay up on your palms, or you can play around with the bind. Curl your back toes under and lift your knee. Then shimmy left shoulder under knee, interlace your palms behind your back. If you're familiar with the bind that you would ever move into an extended side angle, this is exactly it. You're just in a different lateral rotation through your hips. Keep on breathing. Fun fact, behind this wall, right there, my favorite feature, an entire wine wall and cooler. Believe me, it's my favorite portion of this house at this point. Shouts to my dad for thinking of that. Rise back up to your palms. Curl your back toes under. Inhale, high plank, and hold. Last 30-second hold of your class. Where can you get stronger? Dome up the space between your shoulder blades. Know that every single moment that you're in this, you're toning, you're conditioning to become a stronger human. Stronger human equals more resiliency to weather the storm. Months will come, challenges will come, but as long as you continue to love yourself wholeheartedly and continue to grow, you will make it through. 8 seconds, you're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, down dog in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog, big inhale. Audible exhale, release. We're gonna flow that one time each side and then take it down to your mat. So inhale your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge, foot between your palms. Inhale, warrior one, rise it up. Exhale, interlace your palms behind you. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, humble warrior, squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, rise back up. Weights in your right foot. Exhale, airplane pose. Fail like me or take off gracefully. Then inhale, warrior two. Land, open up through your hips. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Listen here. Exhale, chaturanga. High to low plank. Always an option to float your back toes. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, inhale your left foot high. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Inhale, warrior one, root to rise. Exhale, interlace your palms. Inhale, puff up, shine your heart. Exhale, humble warrior, nuzzle down. Inhale, reach back up to your bind. Exhale, airplane pose, take off with control. There we go. Inhale, warrior two. Land and tee out your arms. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior, exalt through your side body. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your palms, last and only chaturanga of your flow. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale through your nose. Audible exhale, I lied, last hold. Inhale to your high plank. Just hold, we're all the way down to your belly after this. Keep on breathing, know you're strong. Dome up the space between your shoulder blades. Everything is temporary. What can you get out of this? 4. Here for 3, you lower all the way down. 2. And 1. Lower all the way down to your stomach. Huge inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Listen here, begin to just roll over so that you're on your back. Flip all the way over. Head still at the top of your mat, you just flipped like a pancake. Take your right knee into your chest and give it a tight squeeze. Maybe you even draw some circles with your knee, up and around. Know that if you do it one direction, you gotta do it the other as well. All the way up and around. Inhale, squeeze in tight. Exhale, half happy baby. Grab for your right foot, left hand to your left hip, so that both hips remain planted. Feel the power in just focusing on your right side body. Inhale, squeeze in. Exhale, supine twist. Take your knee up and over your body. Draw your right shoulder down to your mat and send your right chin towards your shoulder. As you begin to heavy yourself onto your mat, notice the power in just remaining grounded. and remaining still and exactly where you are. Come back up through center. Give both knees a tight squeeze, and then switch it out. Left leg into your chest, right leg long. Start to draw some circles with your knees, up and around, up and around. And if you do those circles, take it the opposite direction as well. Circling opposite, up and over. Then inhale, squeeze in, neutral. Exhale, half happy baby on the left. Grab for your inner or outer arch of your left foot. Right palm to your right hip flexor. Feel the strength in your left inner thigh. This is all about finding that length after we heated up your muscles. Now we cool them down by lengthening. Inhale, squeeze in. Exhale, supine twist, up and over. Drop your chin to your left shoulder. Whether your arms are teed out or cactused, feel grounded in exactly what you've done for yourself today and exactly how you feel. Then slowly come back up through center. Give both knees a tiny tight squeeze into your heart, into your chest, nose up to your knee, listen here. Exhale, Shavasana into fetal pose. Pick one side. Roll up and over onto your shoulder. Use your bicep as a pillow into fetal pose. And begin to remain still right there. Feel the power and being grounded in this one posture that we all began in. Isn't that really cool? Every single one of us, whatever our journey is now once we're here on earth, we all spent around the same amount of time right in our mom's womb, just like this, curled up into a ball. So I'm going to share with you, I was just journaling right before I came to teach all of you on this mantra of I am resilient, and on this last month. And at the end I wrote, all of this is to say that this month has been completely unexpected. I'm thankful for the extra time with my dad and my puppy Peyton. I'm thankful that I was able to say goodbye to my dog. Her loss still caused me deep pain, even though I worked for years and years for fear of losing her. The pain was all too similar in an all too similar way to something that I've been through before in losing my mom. So if that pain's always going to occur, there needs to be balance in savoring the sweet moments of life and releasing yourself from the paralyzing fear of loss. And I think that's going to be my next goal, to always try and find the balance. I'm thankful for my yoga practice and for the technology that allows me to still share my heart with all of you people in my tribe. I feel like perfection is never the goal because it's never going to exist. And that will always be one of the greatest battles to overcome, especially for me. So in order to bask in our own resiliency, we need to become comfortable with who we are in this exact present moment. And we also need to know that that will always be enough. That our mere existence is powerful and resilient because we continue to wake up each day and fight to become better people, to better our communities and our families, our friendships and our world. And that's a blessing. There's a lot of power in remaining still and feeling the earth spin around you. There's a lot of power in waking up and trying your hardest and knowing your day sucked, but knowing that when you wake up tomorrow, that maybe it'll be a better day. So as we all lay in this fetal pose, the same pose we all began in, I want you to know that everyone's experience, though slightly different, is likely very similar. Begin to slowly rise up, turn around and sit tall, face your camera. Find your hands in through heart center. Then maybe you even press your thumbs into your sternum and feel your heartbeat beneath your chest. And say that that is a blessing that we're all breathing and moving together today. Big inhale through your nose, fill all the way up. Audible exhale out, sigh it out. Draw your thumbs to your third eye center, your seat of intuition. I honor the place in all of you that is of light, love, truth, and peace, especially resiliency, because that's also within me too. And in sharing that space, we all become one. We bow forward, we say, namaste. Namaste Tuesday. That was beautiful. Thank you for continuing to show up, for continuing to share your yoga practice with me, even if it's through the phone. I'm always taking contributions. This week it's going to Off Their Plate, an amazing nonprofit that is helping both the restaurant industry and hospital workers, our health heroes that continue to show up and fight super hard for this entire pandemic. I am going to be hopping off after this and going to Melly P's meditation. Four L's in Melly P. It's right after this, so if you want 10 more minutes of mindfulness, hop onto her Instagram. It's going to be super great. But thank you everyone for continuing to show up. I love you all deeply.